Diddy hosted what he called freak-offs, parties so brutal that the young men and women would sometimes vomit and pass out from being drugged. They would be beaten. They would be raped. They alleged that Diddy filmed it.
We also know that the nickname Puffy comes from this temperament that he has, that he's a kind of guy who is easily angered, and when he gets angered, then he huffs and he puffs, and so people start to call him Puffy.
We're not dealing with...
Somebody need to get smacked in the back of their head, then with the other side of their hand get smacked in their nose. They call him Puffy because he huffed and he puffed and he blew the whole freak off down. That man said that they was getting beat, raped. They had to take pills and stuff. So much anal pressure, they couldn't even make it. And he huffed and he puffed and he blew the freak off down. Man, get this the fuck out of here, man. They'll say any goddamn thing. Look at this.
Diddy hosted what he called freak-offs, parties so brutal that the young men and women would sometimes vomit and pass out from being drugged. They would be beaten. They would be raped. They alleged that Diddy filmed it.
We also know that the nickname Puffy comes from this temperament that he has, that he's a kind of guy who is easily angered, and when he gets angered, then he huffs and he puffs, and so people start to call him Puffy.
We're not dealing with, like, you know, a normal person, and the person that actually did the abuse is somebody who's, like, powerful.
Diddy's got a lot on his plate right now, and it's not looking good. Fresh lawsuits are coming in hot, and the latest security footage of him allegedly getting physical with Cassie isn't doing him any favors.
It was hard for me to watch. Like, it was so hard for me to watch. And I like cried for days because I just couldn't believe that that man was physically abusing her like that.
Seriously, it's like every time he thinks he's getting out of the spotlight, another bombshell drops. People are starting to wonder how much longer he can keep playing defense. It's not like this is his first rodeo. Diddy's been dodging drama for years. But now the stakes are higher. More victims are stepping forward. And the evidence? Yeah, it's piling up. And just when you think it couldn't get crazier, here comes 50 Cent, trolling the whole situation with a documentary that'll air all the dirty laundry.
Did y'all hear the rumors about 50 Cent being more zesty than Diddy? Like, go shorty. He got the man bras. Remember that? The GGG, the double G unit bras. He had zesty moves and everything. The candy shop video. Man, when you really think about it, it's a possibility, allegedly, that 50 Cent could be more zesty than Diddy.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house.
You don't want my house.
No matter
Trust
what
me.
condition it's in.
Shit up.
If
you
you
don't
need
want
to
it.
sell.
Netflix is all in. And honestly, this is about to be the most talked about show of the year. With all this going down, Diddy's finding it harder and harder to keep his cool. More footage, more lawsuits, and it's only a matter of time before this train wreck hits the fan. He might want to start working on a solid defense, because this isn't going away anytime soon. The question is, how much longer can he keep his empire from crumbling? Exposing Diddy's dark side. The list of people speaking out about Diddy just keeps getting longer, and honestly, it's starting to feel like a Netflix docu-series in real life. The stories coming out have been downright shocking, and as more folks join in with their testimonies, Diddy's defense is getting harder and harder to maintain. People who've been close to him, or at least involved in his life and career, are sharing their experiences, and none of them paint him in a good light. Let's break it down, shall we? Adria English isn't holding back when it comes to her experiences with Diddy. This is one of those stories that seems like it could have been a wild night out, but ended up being way worse than anyone could have imagined. English, who reportedly attended 3 parties hosted by Diddy, shared how things escalated the more she showed up. She said, "I went to 3 different parties and every time it just got worse."
Well, why the hell you kept going? Did it get bad because you was there? And it's people like that, man. They show up to the party and shit just be bad. And they don't get invited back anymore. Everything going good until they come through the door. Like, fuck, who is that? Like, the energy just died down. Actually, what was it? A couple of Thanksgivings ago, or whatever the case was. Everybody chilling, we having a good time, and somebody invited one of their friends over, and as soon as she came in the door, the energy just went out as soon as the door opened. Like, who the fuck is this? Like, hey, everybody, my name's Sherelle. I'm living in my car. You know, I want to get a plate for my kids, my mother, my father. You know, I want to thank y'all so much for the food. And she pooted before she left, man. So that might be the case with this woman. She do look like she the bad energy type of having female. It's probably her fault. And I ain't trying to put it on her. But a lot of people reported that they had the time of their life. Kelly Rowland came out and said, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. LeBron James said, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. It's people that had the time of their motherfucking life at those parties. How come she had a bad experience? Maybe she was the bad experience.
That's not exactly what most people sign up for when they get an invite to a celebrity bash, right? At some point, you'd think the red flags would have been waving all around her. But each new party just seemed to dig her deeper into a situation she wasn't prepared for.
Her dumbass.
English's story isn't just one of a bad night. It's about the kind of environment Diddy might have fostered, where things weren't as glamorous as one might expect from a party thrown by one of the biggest names in the game. The vibe seemed to have shifted from a fun night out to something far more sinister. As she told it, it felt like I was just being used for something. Like I was just there.
It wouldn't be the first time, goddammit. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of men that blew them cheeks out and threw $1 in her face. $1 in her face, man. Feel like she was just being used. That's why she showed up to the party, man. She make it seem like she was at a church gathering or something. Like she had something else to offer to the party. Like she came in with 2 big bags of Lay's potato chips. She ain't bring shit to the party but her ass. Come on, man.
There for entertainment, and that's it. That's a tough reality to wake up to after you've been partying.
What else? You ain't no chef. What was she planning on helping to clean up? What else was she there for? She was gonna help pay the energy bill or some bullshit. Like, Puff, do you need some help with these drinks or something? Because I could pay half. Everybody there for entertainment, you dumbass broad. Wrong with her.
Night out to something far more sinister. As she told it, it felt like I was just being used for something. Like I was just there for entertainment, and that's it.
Bitch.
That's a tough reality to wake up to after you've been partying with one of the world's most powerful figures. English didn't go into every detail, but she definitely left us with the sense that her time with Diddy was marked by manipulation and power plays. 2 things that seem to show up a lot in these stories. Now let's talk about April Lampros, who's become one of the loudest voices calling out Diddy. Lampros has come forward with accusations that Diddy taped her without her consent. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. In this day and age, consent is everything. And the fact that she's claiming this happened speaks volumes about the type of control Diddy may have tried to exert over people around him.
Like that black bastard taped me without my consent. I didn't know I was being video recorded. That's what really got their attention. Like life. The judge wouldn't though. Look at her. Like, I will have you in jail. Like I'm already in jail fucking with you. That other bitch said that shit, they ain't do nothing. Your ass come out, now I'm sitting in jail. He was a free man until she came out with her allegations.
Lampros said, I was in a situation where I was being recorded without my permission, and that's not okay. For someone in his position, you'd think Diddy would know better, right? But he
probably was trying to figure out who was plugging up his toilets, man. That bitch came over with a big old bag of Taco Bell last time. I know it was her that fucked up my toilet. Cost me $180,000 to get my toilet fixed. Next time, I'm going to put a camera on her stinking ass. He got her on camera. Like I knew it was that bitch with them damn Taco Bell bags and shit.
Right? But instead, these stories of betrayal and disregard for boundaries just keep stacking up. It's one thing for these allegations to come from someone who was close to him professionally, but another when someone like Lampros, a model and actress, starts talking. And this isn't just about one isolated
Someone like Lambros, what make her different than the other chick?
incident either. Lampros is making it clear that this wasn't an accident or misunderstanding. It was a deliberate violation of her privacy. In today's climate, the importance of consent is more pressing than ever, and Diddy's alleged actions, according to Lampros, are far from respectful. Next, we've got Rodney Jones, a former associate of Diddy, who has come forward with his own
snitch ass, walk with a switch ass, need to get hit with a switch ass with pink braids. Look at him.
Of revelations. Jones isn't shy about discussing Diddy's role in his career, though it's not in a flattering light. According to Jones, Diddy's involvement in his work went way beyond producing music or managing a career. He described the situation like this: it wasn't just about work, it was manipulation. He wanted control over everything, from the people around me to how I handled my own business. This hits differently, right? When we think of Diddy, we often think of him as a mogul who built an empire. But according to Jones, his business wasn't always about helping others rise. It was about Diddy calling the shots in ways that were less about artistry and more about control. You can't help but wonder.
That's what a boss do, especially when you got a bunch of dumb motherfuckers around you, man. Somebody got to call the shots. If you leave it up to them, he know how to get money. He know how to make hits. He got plenty of hits. Yeah, he gonna have to steer the ship. What they want him to do, play the cut while they drive and wreck his damn vehicle? Hell yeah, he in the driver's seat. He trying to go platinum or whatever the case is. He paying people to do a job. Would they like it better if he was just some docile man? And I ain't sticking up for Diddy, but Little Rod got a whole lot of nerves. He went to Diddy looking for an opportunity. He make it seem like he was supposed to be the boss.
If this was just a small taste of how Diddy treated the people in his life, whether in business or personal relationships. Jones continued, it wasn't about collaboration. It was about Diddy's way or the highway. And I'm telling you, it got to be suffocating.
Well, get your bitch ass out the studio, man. He paying for everything. He's the CEO. You using his equipment. You eating his food. You drinking his water, his Ciroc. You around his women. It's his operation. If you don't like it, get the fuck on.
That's got to be a tough environment to work in. Being around someone who thrives on control, especially if you're just trying to do your job and move up in the world, sounds exhausting. But it also raises a big question. How many others have felt this kind of manipulation in their dealings with Diddy? And then there's Joy Dickerson, who's also stepped into the spotlight with her own allegations.
Joy Dickerson. Man, her parents need to be held accountable for this, man. They know her last name Dickerson, and they still decided to name her Joy. Her name should have been Hate. That would have kept people off her ass, man.
Dickerson has spoken out about the ways in which Diddy reportedly tried to belittle her, particularly in the professional sphere. She said, it was like he didn't respect me as an equal. It wasn't about collaboration. It was about him treating me like I wasn't worth the time.
I ain't heard no Joy Dickerson songs. I ain't heard her on no mixtapes or nothing like that. I ain't trying to discredit this woman, but why do everybody feel like you have to bow down to them? People talk about his ego, but you got to consider everybody else's ego. Like, who are you? What have you done? Like, you trying to get on. He already been on. They make it seem like he's not a music executive. When you get around these people, when you get close to these people, you're going to have to deal with these people, man. You could work at a restaurant and be a chef all day, cook the food, prep it, whatever. You still got to follow the guidelines. You're not just going to go in there and make your own secret menu. You still got to follow the guideline. And if you ever get around the CEO of the restaurant, whether if you a chef or not, he gonna make you do whatever he wants you to do, especially if you his employee. If you don't like it, quit. Find something else to do. Go back to the kitchen. Why are you all up on the CEO anyway? You must want to be used and abused. People want the opportunity to be close to people like this, expecting that they going to take over, or they just going to hand them the keys because they in their presence. If you get in my car, expect to be taken for a ride. You're not going to take my keys and go where you want to go, do what you want to do on my gas in my car. What are these people talking about? Y'all got to let me know if y'all agree or disagree in the comment section. Pretty please, man. I'm going to respond to your comment and everything, but just let me know. Do you feel like I'm wrong or do you feel like I'm right?
Again, we're hearing this theme of control and manipulation. Dickerson's experience isn't unique. Many people who've come into contact with Diddy have expressed similar frustrations, feeling like they were nothing more than pawns in a game he was playing. But Dickerson isn't holding back. I wasn't going to let him make me feel small. That's not the kind of woman I am. He can't just walk all over me, and I'm not afraid to speak up about it. This kind of spirit is honestly refreshing, especially when you hear so many people telling similar stories.
Like, chick, I had plenty of women that look better than you. You ought to be happy. I'm even around. You can't sing. You can't dance. Like, can you explain to me why you here again? Like, how did you even get close to me? I would like it better if you just went somewhere and did something else with your life because you wasted my time. And she just taking it for what reason? I don't know. He be telling them people, like how he told the Audrey Day of Danny DeCane, they got him on video telling her, like, you could leave. Like, nobody begging you to be here. Like, you can get the fuck out of here. He told everybody on the band, y'all can get the fuck out of here, man. He never begged nobody to stay around him. He cussed them people out, and they just be sitting there waiting for that damn check. I don't think he ever had a problem with dismissing somebody or telling them to keep it moving. We seen him do it time and time again. It's their choice if they want to stay. And I'm pretty sure he put the pressure on them just to get them to get the fuck on, man. That's like for all you parents out there, and you got your kids living in your house, or you got somebody living with you and you really don't want them living with you, you're going to act a pure ass. That's even in the animal kingdom, man. You go to a bird's nest and she don't want you there around her babies, or she going to flip the fuck out. Either you could take a hint or no. These people just act like they oblivious to the fact that he really didn't need them. They talking about they felt disposable. Well, shit, flush. Go somewhere, man. Find something else to do.
Of mistreatment or disrespect. Dickerson's refusal to be silenced is just one more voice in this growing chorus of individuals who aren't afraid to stand up for themselves, even if it means taking on someone as powerful as Diddy. The more people come forward, the harder it is for Diddy to keep up his defense. The stories are starting to add up, and as much as he's tried to dismiss these accusations in the past, they just keep gaining traction. With the likes of Adria English, April Lampros, Rodney Jones, and Joy Dickerson speaking out, it's clear that Diddy's reputation is getting a major shakeup. No matter how much Diddy tries to brush these things off, there's a whole bunch of people who have experienced firsthand what it's like to deal with him, and they're not holding back. Whether these stories lead to legal action or not, it's obvious that the tide is turning, and Diddy is no longer the untouchable mogul he once was.
If you really want to be a CEO, want to be an entrepreneur, you should take the first step. Create the LLC. It doesn't really...
As more victims share their truths and more lawsuits pile up, Diddy's defense is becoming increasingly difficult. It's not just one person anymore. It's a group of individuals who have seen and experienced the darker side of his empire. And it's hard to deny what so many are saying. Will Diddy face consequences? Who knows? How the allegations came to light. And if you thought things couldn't get any messier for Diddy, then hold on tight, because we're about to dive into the Jane Doe case, which is quickly becoming one of the biggest, most disturbing parts of this whole saga.
You know, America has created another boogeyman. His name is Diddy. Everybody knows about him. They know what he did. He's a horrible person. People hate his guts. And it is what it is. It's an American horror story, man. But you know what's not horrible? All you beautiful ladies that watch my videos and be leaving them comments in the comment section. Y'all know I be looking and I be responding too. That's why you need to respond and leave a comment so I can respond to that. And leave another comment. Let's have a whole conversation. Let's get the dialogue in, baby. I really do appreciate y'all out there, man. I got so much love for y'all beautiful ladies out there. I'll risk my motherfucking life.
Risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you documentations, girl. I risk my life to give you